Hey you guys, what's up? It's Anime Blaze coming to you with another video, that is right. In this particular video, I'm going to be talking about the anime adaptation of probably one of the best, to me, one of my best or most favorite manga series of all time. And that series is Parasyte. Now, if you guys don't know what Parasyte is, I suggest either you go read the manga for yourself or, I guess, watch my review of it. I'll leave a link in the video somewhere so you guys can watch that. And you can pretty much get the whole gist of the story and everything for yourself. But the anime adaptation of it looks pretty decent. I mean, let's face it, like when you look at a transition of a manga or an anime, or no, I'll say it, a manga that's like pretty old, and you're looking for an anime adaptation, things are going to change up a little bit, and that's happened with Parasyte a little bit. For the most part, like for me, my own opinion. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in, so this opinion is prone to change and everything. But for the most part, it seems like the goriness of the series that once was in the manga. I mean, if you guys have read the manga for Parasyte, you know that like even within the first 2 or 3 episodes, there was like way more blood and gore than what the series initially had. I mean, what the series has like going for it now. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily like, I don't know if that's going to change because we're only 3 episodes in. I'm not sure how many episodes this one is going to have. I hope it's not going to have 12 because that'd be a major downside, and they'd be really cutting this series short, man. They'd be cutting out so many story arcs that this series had. Like the ability that the parasites have, like this series takes a whole new twist on the thought of evolution and like what it means to be a monster. Are they truly the monsters for killing, like for food and everything like that, or are we the monsters because of other reasons and stuff that they point out? And are they more sane than we are? And that's one of the things this series brings up. It's only brought it up a little bit in the anime, and I mean, to me, like with the first 2 or 3 episodes, it doesn't really seem like we've made that much progress in order for them to be trying to stress that that whole argument yet. Like in the manga, like especially like in the manga, like a lot of stuff happened to Shinichi before he started questioning these things, before he started making like connections and stuff. In the anime, it just seems like, oh, this parasite took over my hand, and well, that's that. Oh man, he was right. He's like, maybe we are the true demons. It seems like that from what he's reading, and it seems like they're trying to speed the story along a line a little bit. Like I mean, it's not going like super fast because I mean we're only 3 episodes in, but at the same time, it seems like the story is just like a little bit sped up, like a little bit. Like they hit the fast forward button just a little bit to try to, I guess, meet episode constraints or time constraints or something. I don't know. Honestly, I hope the series doesn't just sit at 12 episodes because that would freaking ruin it for me, to be honest. As far as like, but again, as far as characters go, they've pretty much had I guess they pretty much nailed the characters on the head. Miggy is still the calculating guy he was or not guy, but creature he was in the manga. He's still calm, cool, collected, calculating, as he always was. Now, on the side of Shinichi, the reason I say Shinichi is because he's like the only other character that this story really matters about right now, aside from like the whole relationship thing that they have with the characters and everything. But Shinichi's pretty much more or less seems to kind of be the same guy. The reason I say kind of is because in the manga, he doesn't really come off as like a nerd or like some guy that gets picked on all the time. It's like, yeah, he gets picked on every now and then and gets messed with, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who is like wearing glasses or like, yeah, I know, ironic. but he doesn't seem like the guy who is like a nerd or always afraid of everything and all this other stuff. It's like, no, he just seemed like a goofball. Like, he was out there. It's like, yeah, people mess with him because he was like I guess, he's off doing his own thing. He was messing with rival people and everything like that. People thought he was messing with their girlfriends and everything like that when he really wasn't. But yeah, that's one parallel I've noticed with like the anime and the manga. He just comes off as like trying too hard, whereas often like the manga, he was just like your average goofball character who just like did whatever and constantly found himself in the wrong situation. It's okay. I mean, it's a cool change, but at the same time, I kind of wish they would have just kept him the same. But I guess with the whole anime transition, you want to try to have a character who's like, I guess, weaker or something like that, who's kind of weak and then works himself up to being a stronger character. Now, my only problem with that is, you know, it would have been cool if they had done something like that. I wouldn't have had a problem with it. However, my only problem with that is that they're making that connection like way too fast in the anime. Like, he starts off as a nerd. We're only 3 episodes in, and he's starting to make bold statements and step out of his comfort zone, like right there on the spot. That didn't exactly happen in the manga. It took him time to actually work up his way to sit in the position of actually being able to say, you know what, I'm gonna protect the human race. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Whereas like now, he's just like 3 episodes in, he's already making bold moves and bold statements. Not sure if that's due to time constraints, but I kind of wish that they would have like slowed it down a little bit so we would have been able to see it progress. I hope this doesn't turn into one of those rushed 12-episode adaptations for an anime, because honestly, we've gotten way too many of those lately, so we don't need something like that. Now, I'm not sure about too much on voice acting, but I had heard before watching this anime that Aya Hirano was going to be making an appearance in this anime. Now, most of you guys, this probably really doesn't matter, like, anyway, like, who voices the characters. I mean, to some people it probably matters because they feel connected to certain characters and everything like that. But to me, this kind of, like, stood out because I don't know if most of you guys know, but there was, like, a bunch of drama going on with Aya Hirano and a lot of her, I guess, prior roles in other anime shows. I mean, what wound up happening, without going, I guess, too much into details, pretty much she slept with all of her bandmates, and the pictures circulated throughout, like, the internet or whatever, and every single anime company that she was working with for, like, voice acting and music pretty much dropped her, and it was like, whoa. I think that has something to do with, like, culture and, like, the whole idol thing that, you know, the music industry is like over there, unlike over here. But yeah, they pretty much dropped her, and she only got to really keep she only really got to keep some of the roles that she was already playing in some of the current anime shows that were still going until they ended. So for the most part, she was kind of like out of work and really out of voice acting until now, I guess. Well, she was in some other shows too, but Parasyte, she's playing Miggy, and for the most part, I guess it's kind of a good role to have her play, because Miggy really doesn't say that much anyway, and he's kind of like he kind of talks like a computer, as in, like, he's not trying to be insensitive to everything, he's as much as he's trying to, like, understand everything, and she kind of fits that role perfectly. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess the situation kind of reminds me of something of, like, Michael Bay, and I can't remember the woman who played. I can't remember the person who played Michaela on Transformers, but the person who played Sam's girlfriend. Oh yeah, Megan Fox. It's kind of the situation between Megan Fox and Michael Bay. She pretty much got fired for, like, arguing or doing some stupid thing, and she got kicked out of, like, Transformers 3, and now she's playing, like, a minor but somewhat major role in the Ninja Turtles movie. She doesn't really say too much, but you can kind of tell she's just kind of filling the role as it was needed. Something like that. So it's kind of how that is. And now Aya Hirano is in that same situation with Parasyte. She's playing a major role, but at the same time, it's like nothing. It's nothing that's too major where she'll actually say too much information, where she'll talk that much into the series. So it kind of, in a way, I guess it's kind of like her trying to work her way back up to fitting like a lot of the major roles that she used to fill, like Konada from Lucky Star and Haruhi from Haruhi Suzumiya. She wants, I guess he's trying to get back to up to roles like that again. So, yeah, I'm glad she's actually getting back into voice acting again. It's good to see her actually playing in a major role and not being kicked off to the side after some fiasco that happened before. That's just me. I'm not sure about too many of the other voice actors. I just know that was one major voice that actually stood out of the whole Japanese voice cast and everything. So, you know, I addressed a few of the problems that I had with this, with the anime adaptation. A few of the characters changed. Shinichi, I guess, yeah, Shinichi pretty much kind of changed. Series seems like it's like speeding itself up a little too much. It needs to like chill out, slow down, and tell the story. Because if that's the case, and it really does get to that point of where like nothing is happening, and like, I know we're only sitting at like 3 episodes in, but I'm just saying, like, if this turns out to be like a really crappy, like a really rushed series, I'm pretty much only going to recommend people watch the. I'm only recommend people read the manga if that's the case. I really hope that's not the case because it looks pretty good. It has solid, decent action in it. Storyline needs to slow down and actually tell the story instead of rushing through everything, so we can get some character development and everything. And yeah, I mean, I hope we get introduced and actually get to see how the parasites interact with each other and how they actually talk and change and mold with their environment and everything. Because this series, if you want, like I said, it, like, remember, this kind of reminds me of the series of Planet of the Beast King, like at changing, adapting, different stuff like that. And yeah, it's really cool how they did that. It's kind of like the whole evolving thing in that series, but this one is just a little bit different. So yeah, that's my problems I had with it, guys. Some characters needs to slow down and take its time, and it better not be a freaking 12-episode anime series, because if we're already getting rushed this far in, you can only imagine what the end of the series is going to be like. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on here now. But in the comment section below, you know, make a video response if you want to. It don't really matter if you want to or not. Just do whatever, pretty much. But in the comment section below, you know, just tell me what you guys think about this anime adaptation. Do you like it? Do you think it's a little too rushed? Do you think they need to slow down with the story to be able to actually get some development going? I guess, do you like the animation? Which is actually pretty solid, because the whole transition from a 1980 series to a new current series and everything still maintains the art style, but just looks a little more updated. That's one good thing I can say about it. But leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and I will get back to you when I can. And with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze signing out, saying never doubt your capabilities, because you never know what you might be able to do. And I will see you later. Peace.